Sounds good enough.
Unknown caller. Thank you, Christina.
La 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 la. I gotta close all my apps. Good Lord. All right. I swear, YouTube never updates. All right, well, I see there are people here. Hi, hello, whoever's popped in. We are just getting set up live over on Instagram, or Facebook, rather. I am so tired. All right, let's see. Go live. Go live. Should be good. As long as my phone goes how it's supposed to. Nope, of course it minimized. Why wouldn't it? There we go. All right. Hopefully everything is set up. Hi, James. You might be on YouTube. I just went live in the group too. It was taking me a second to get that going. How are you? I'm good. Are you looking forward to doing some nails? Hanging out, chit-chatting? Getting my iPad going so I can see chat. Okay, why is this giving me issues? Nope. There we go. Maybe I am live. Hi, Leah. How are you? Hi, Maria. How are you? We are going to have some fun, do some icicle nails. So I'm just getting our angles hopefully good. Tucking in. Let's see. Close, but not too close. Still got to be able to see the still have to be able to see the nails. All right. It's like what's good for one is not great for the others. I just got to make sure they're lined up. All right, so earlier, hi Brandy. Yay, awesome. That makes me so happy. All right, so I did a version of the icicle nails a couple years ago. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm on the fence about that right now because like everybody knows you can do it on long nails, but wouldn't it be fun to see it done on short nails? Like because that's harder. I don't know. So let me grab my gloves. I'm gonna grab some of my tips. I grabbed some medium length coffin nails and brought those over. And then I have some of my Emanuel Couture tips that are sort of a shorter stiletto. Hi Nora, hi Michelle. Happy to see you here before you go. Thanks for your subscription. I super appreciate that. So I whack my iPad. I don't understand why messages don't stay visible longer on YouTube, on my YouTube live. It's weird. It's like, don't you want me to see people talking? Anyways, so I have been doing nails for 5 years. I am Brandis, aka BDazzldNails, here, there, and everywhere. We are going to be using Lift Your Spirit Dips products. I am live both here on YouTube and over in the Facebook group. And my 3D printed accessories are all from Liquid Layers. My code is BDazzld15 at Liquid Layers. And my code at Lift Your Spirit Dips is BDazzld10. If you have never used the code before, you can use welcome20. So whatever is going to save you the most amount of money is what I want to do. Now we are normally, this is called Sassy Sips and Dips, but I don't normally have sassy sips, but tonight we do. I made a concoction. It's an adult bevy. We have black cinnamon tea. We have Japanese whiskey and a pouch and a half of apple cider. And it's all mixed up to make this delicious appley, cinnamony, warm drink because it was 50 degrees today in California. That is cold. We are not used to it. We are just now leaning into fall. So, hi Tracy, welcome, welcome. Yes, normally we stay in the 60s to 70s even through fall and winter unless it's like super late or raining. That's why they always say California is a great place to live. You know, except when you're supposed to be going trick-or-treating with your kids and it's 80 degrees outside and you're like, who wants to wear a costume? Not I. Let's see. Ooh, these are some of my stabby stabs. All right, so between Facebook and YouTube, you guys got to decide. Hi, Kirsten. Hi, Jolene. Hey, Brittany. Sorry I didn't make it to your live. Shira was being a menace. I've seen snow at people's houses, James. So that's why we're doing icicle nails. All right, so we are voting. That's not the vote, though. Are we doing coffin or stiletto first? Shape. Are we doing our icicle nails coffin, which is what we see everywhere, or are we doing a stiletto, rather? Are we doing stiletto, which we're all used to seeing icicle nails, or are we doing coffin? That's the first question. Because I've got some stabby stabs, and I've got my Painted Desert sculpted medium coffins. So you guys let me know. Coffee? You mean coffin? Oh man, that's so good. I just came up with the idea for the drink in my head, and I was like, this is going to taste amazing. And it is. Okay. Facebook is leaning stiletto. All right. So maybe we'll do the full set stiletto, and we will play around first with coffin. Just for anybody who is not used to longer lives, they can stay for the technique, and then if they got to go, they got to go. Okay. But we will do stiletto as our long set. So let me get those tips sized real quick. I've pulled out a coffin to do art on. And then I'll play around with that one first. Well, I size out my tips. I totally forgot I had these. So I am not familiar with what my sizes are. These are like the super stilettos. Stiletto, like somebody's gonna lose an eye. Okay, so who am I? James, who are you? And then I will remember to call you by your screen name, your regular name, not your screen name. That makes sense. I've seen you in my Facebook groups, so yeah, too small. All right, I think that's my middle finger. All right. So that was a size 5. Ava? Okay. Thanks, Ava. Hello, hello. All right. 3 is probably my thumb. Hi, Cass. How are you? How are you? Cassandra is on Facebook. She is the owner of Lift Your Spirit Dips. I will say, Cass, I did get the Thanksgiving collection in my mail today. But we had already committed to the icicles, so that's where we're at. Just in case you needed to know, they did arrive. All right, I think 4 is going to be my thumb. If 3 is not my thumb, it's usually 4. I got tiny baby fingers. So when you're looking to size out your tips, either for press-ons or for regular jelly tip attachment, you want to make sure they meet side to side. Sidewall to sidewall is a proper fit. Yes, we're not on Twitch, so don't spam the chat too much. Okay. Just because I'll miss everybody's comments, but I appreciate it. If you want to give this video a like, that would be extra helpful. Give it a like. If you know anybody who would also enjoy watching, feel free to share. All right, so 5 is our middle finger, 4 is my thumb, which means 7 is probably my ring finger. I know, right, Cass? I'm sorry, Michelle. Well, I appreciate you being here, love. And if you want to do nails later tonight and want to chit-chat, just let me know. I will be around. I have a lot of nail things to catch up on. So, let's see. The 7, surprisingly, is fitting my middle finger may be better than the 5 did. So we're actually swapping. We're going to do 4 on the thumb. Yeah, no. Yeah, well, yeah. 4 on the thumb, 7 in the middle, which means I'm stepping back. And we might be a 9 on the index. Good Lord. And it's so funny because depending on the shape and the like manufacturer of the tip really affects like what's going to fit me where. So yeah, so right now for this style of tip, this is a size 9 and it fits my index. Which means I'm going to need those 11s for my pinky for sure. I'm going to need 8 or 9 for my ring. So let's get the pinky done. Unless it's super different. Nope. Pinky is an 11. Yeah, these are tiny. And that's the problem that I was worrying about with stilettos is like you'd lose room to do the cool icicle effect depending on how tiny your fingers are. So be warned. You might want to do like a long tapered coffin or something if you want to see more of the icicle effect. So that's one thing to consider. What the heck? What is even happening here? All right. We're going to go 7 for my ring. Yeah, please shoot, James. Ava, sorry. However I can help. Please do be comfortable enough to ask. All right. The middle finger and the ring finger are like bouncing back and forth on like what size is going to be what. So that's frustrating. Let's see. That's a 7. That's a 6. Right. Where is the 8? Yep, Alana, I'm over on YouTube if you need it. I'm sorry. I appreciate you, Alana. I do have small fingers, Nora. I am from the United States. I live in California, and I am from the United States. Where's my size 8s? There they are. Okay, I found the 8s. I found the 10s. All right, 8 should be the ring finger. All right. Yes, I'm a Cali girl, so that's why my lives are usually a little bit later. I actually like the way my 8 fits better on my index. Goodness gracious. All right. Pinky, index, ring. These are so tiny. Middle. There we go. Goodness gracious. They're so tiny. Okay. Let me clean this up and then I will get them onto their stands. And then because I want to be able to hold it nice and high, I'm probably going to put the coffin just on a swatch stick. As it'll, or I'll use a, well, or I could use a larger stick. We'll do the coffin. Fine. It's fine. All right. Now I'm going to put a little bit of, I have been so obsessed with tallow. I got this whipped tallow balm for the last like Prime Day sale, and it is so good in this winter air. It's been great. So I usually throw some on my thumbs and my index because they tend to dry out. I think probably all the chemicals. And then put my gloves on and I get to get all moisturized and happy. All right. Okay. Sleeves up. We are tucking in. So, actually I have one of my things here, so maybe I'll do that. I got it. And I use these to attach my press-ons. Yes, Grace, harsh chemical, any of them, those medical soaps are just bananas on skin. My son was in the NICU for 12 days. And so it was bad. I think it's what triggered my husband's skin stuff. Like his hands are so bad now, and it's been ever since the NICU. So, been a little crazy. But even though I keep buying him those like soft cotton moisturizing gloves that you like can wear at night, he refuses. He's like, I keep placing them. I'm like, well, I can't like tie you down and put them on you, right? Like you got to be able to do this yourself. It's like, I want to help take care of you, my dude, but there's only so far I can go with that. I can buy it for you, but I cannot make you drink it. Mixing my metaphors there. Okay, so this is how I apply the tabs. I just get it nice and centered, and I just press it down over the spine of where the press-ons go. Puppy is happy and healthy. He had his vet appointment today, which is why I had to go live a little bit late. But yeah, I had to take my husband's car, which my dog takes the entire back seat up of. He's basically, I feel like, the doodle version of Marmaduke. So it's been interesting. But yeah, they're really happy with how he's doing. And they said if his pictures look good on Tuesday, then he is done. And he just needs to take his meds and keep his cone on until then. And then he can be all done, medically cleared, happy and healthy. Not that he has thought he had anything wrong with him in the first place. The dog is a literal, adorable menace who just wants love and attention from everyone 24/7. Like, he's even convinced the nurses that come to take care of my son are here for him. He's like, no, they're here for me. Like, give me scritches, throw my ball. I feel bad. I'm like, no, the nurses are here, Shiro, so you can come hang out with me now. This is the point of having help. I can get stuff done around the house, and that includes training my dog. And I do my best to get tips centered on these things, but it's not always right the first try. Like, that one is way skewed. I'm gonna have to pick it up and put it back down. And it's just hanging out there like a drunken sailor, leaning over the edge. Okay. These are brand new press-on stands, so my tabs are not sticking as good as they can. But we will be gravy. We will be gravy. I have plenty of tabs. I recommend buying them in bulk because they're awesome and you will want to keep using them. Doesn't help that I'm like looking at it from like the side when I'm putting these through. It's the way the yeah, that was bad. Wow. So yeah, with the way the camera is, the YouTube camera is like right in front of my face, so I have to look off to the side to see anything. All right. Still lopsided. And these are very tight. These are probably not the best stilettos to be using for this. All right. Pop this off and swap it. Yes, Shiro got neutered. So he has been recovering. They decided to not do a full outer removal, and that led to some complications. Much sad to my pocketbook and my puppy. My puppy is not happy. I mean, he's not happy about the cone. Life he's happy with. He just doesn't want to wear the cone anymore. which I understand. I have a literal bruise across my leg from the amount of times he's whacked me with the cone. So I'm more than ready for him to take it off too. That makes sense. He's learned to weaponize it. And I now know that I never, ever want to give my dog armor. He knows how to use it. Goes after the little dog, and then he turns and deflects. So when she attacks him, she attacks his cone. He's felt much more emboldened. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad he's feeling better. And I'm glad we didn't have to get him the infection cultured, because they wanted to charge us over $300 to get the bacteria cultured. And they're like, well, we can do a broad spectrum or we can culture it out. I'm like, let's just go broad spectrum. I don't expect him to need antibiotics very often in his life, so we will go broad spectrum this time. Man, this nail is so tiny that it like doesn't even really want to. And these stands are very petite. We worked with Bonnie to make them that way. They're still a little. So we will be doing the topmost part on these with the nail facing down. And then when we do the icicle, we will flip the nail facing up, which will make it a little bit easier. So if you're doing them press-on style, that's how I kind of recommend doing it. If you're doing it on your fingers, you may want to start with the icicle, because then you'll be able to see where to take the nail bed color down to. We're going to kind of use it like a French. So that's that plan. All right. Whee! Turn these little daggers this way. They're ready. They're on their stands. They look kind of crazy. Well, that's ready. That's on its stand. Hi, Amber. Welcome, welcome. We are having fun tonight. We have some sassy dips and some sassy sips. All right. We're going to take advantage of this, and we are going to use my dotting tool. Let's see how that'll work. Might not be enough. Might not be broad enough. All right, fine. Going back in for the swatch stick. All right. This will kind of give me a guide too. So this is the quick and dirty. We're just going to do it to see the art. Ooh, smart Cass. Yes, that's basically what I made, was basically a mix between a hard cider and a hot toddy. It is delicious. All right. So this is kind of, wanted to give sort of a visual where we're going to do a French look with the color powder, and then we're going to do the icicle in the remaining part of the nail. And I wanted it to be bigger so that you could see. All right, so I'm just going to grab any color of the blues. Let's go with Till Me You Love Me. It's a pretty blue. It's not a navy. It's not quite a teal. It's a really pretty color though. Like what did I do with my swatch boats? And then we'll be back to look at the rest of those colors, because those are for the Manny. All right. Okay. This is a Flexi dip boat. That's what I use when I am doing swatches and when I'm doing my nails. If you need more time to work with things, or you are less than like 100% on your ability to do a French or a reverse French, I do recommend doing gel method, because gel method gives you time to clean up and it gives you time to finalize your shape. So I'm trying to kind of follow the fake nail bed that I have put under here. Okay. We are just making sure that it's going side to side. And we are using our LYS HEMA-free gel base. It is an amazing tea. I bought it for Britt for our last Secret Santa. It's so good. So that's what I have the whiskey in, along with the apple cider. Okay. So here you can see where I'm creating that reverse French. Okay, I'm gonna pop it into the lamp for 60 seconds. You wanna make sure when you are doing gel method that you always cure for the full amount of time to make sure you get no uncured gel. So good. I got my Mickey Mouse cup. Oh man, so good. Yes, Grace. That's why I highly recommend doing gel method, because gel method French is much easier. Now on Amazon, I have in my nail art folders, like store, whatever they call them, French guides. And those work really well when you're doing dip powder French, if you're doing it without gel. It is called Hot Cinnamon Sunset by Harney and Sons, I think is the name of the company. It's H&T, it's carried at Target, and it's carried on Amazon. So I'm a big fan of cinnamon, especially in the winter. Okay, so I have brushed off the excess dip. Now I'm going in with our gel again, and I am draining off as much of the excess as I can into the neck of the bottle. Okay, and then we're just gonna follow that same shape that we made the first time. Please shout if I go off camera for you. So far this angle has worked, but I may get crazy. I messed it up. Yum. Yeah, normally I would add honey to my hot toddy, but the apple cider is kind of taking the place of that because it's very, very sweet. It's the Alpine apple cider that you can get in the pouches. I didn't want to waste my expensive Japanese liquor, so I used my less expensive Japanese whiskey. That's because I like the more mellow flavor of the whiskeys. Goes well with the cider and the cinnamon. All right. Nice thing again about working in gel is if I went too far over, I can use a dotting tool and I can clean it up. Now the one thing I do is I don't recommend working with clear dips when you are doing gel method. It just gets cloudy and funky and it just doesn't work. So we're going in just for a flat lay for opacity. Ah, no! I'm a beast. What am I doing? Okay, carefully put that back. Well, here. I'm going to shove it in the lamp. Pat it down, fix it because I'm wearing gloves. I can do that. Don't touch gel with your bare hands. All right. That was funny. I was trying to smooth her out and she shot off the swatch stick. So I'm going to take this second. I'm going to buff the swatch stick so it sticks better. Should have done that the first time. Live and learn, live and learn. All right. Yeah, as for some reason, YouTube has not been pushing my videos out as much on YouTube. Even though I'm doing their silly vertical like they want you to, it's not pushing my videos, my lives out. So who knows? Hopefully the people who need to find their way here find their way here. Okay. Got our nail back out of the lamp. I got chubby little fingers, so the gloves are like hanging half a mile off my finger, but it's a little tight on my actual hand. So that's fun. I keep grabbing my glove. And this, I think the whiskey's making me a little toasty. All right. So everybody says you don't have to do this, and obviously if you have an allergy to activator, don't do this. But if you don't, and you can use activator, I feel like activator makes gel method acrylic still like harder. I feel like it can make the color more true. So I'll do it anyways. It's not hurting anybody if I do or if I don't. But when I was doing gel method and the importance was my longevity of my mani, and I didn't want it like gummy and weird, I just found activating worked really well. Oof, whooping cough. I'm sorry, Alana. That's awful. Yeah, we had a big bout of it a few years back here. All right. So here we are. We've got our French in place. I let it activate. So now we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the, well, actually, that's why I had it this way. We're going to do base gel, then top coat on top to give us a nice smooth base, and then I'll flip it over. Just make life easier. It'll just make life easier. And there's lots of ways you can play around with the icicle nail. You can play around with chroming it. You can play around with mixing glitters into it before you do it. All kinds of things. And then if you want to do like gel, you can do like a cat eye. I've seen that one floating around recently and it's really pretty. Okay. So the first layer is all over the nail just to kind of seal it in. And then when I need to even out the surfaces, I will just apply top or base or whatever to the negative space of the French if I feel like it's not smoothing out. So you can definitely do this dip method the top part. You can't really do it dip method with like just dip powder and dip liquids, because you'd have to use clear, and the clear wouldn't get as crystal clear. I'm sure there's ways you can create an effect, but not quite the same. So this is definitely a combo of gel and gel, or gel and dip. But since we have our gel liquids here at Lift Your Spirits now, we can do fun things. One more layer of base. And then this one, I'm just going to kind of apply to that French line and below to get it even. And then that top coat will come and homogenize both areas. All right. You can do this with a white, you can do this with a light blue, you can do it with a glitter, a solid, whatever. Whatever makes you happy. You can have it be a feature nail. You can have it be all the nails. I haven't quite decided what we're doing yet. I might have it be thumb and ring finger. Or thumb, ring, index, and then solid. We'll see. We shall see. And we have our top coat, so we're going to top coat that now. So I have missed everybody. I hope everybody is doing fantabulous. We went to Jingle Fest last weekend. It was a lot of fun. They had live music. They had really cool booths with all kinds of like craftspeople. I didn't buy anything because I didn't know how long we were going to be there, and we kind of just zoomed through, so I wasn't prepared. But it was really fun seeing all the crafts and the homemade wreaths and things. Okay, we're going back in the light for 60 seconds. And then we'll be ready to flip her over. Oh, I'm glad your mom is feeling better, Alana. Just catching up on the chats. Did I miss anything on YouTube? No. If anybody wants to drop the YouTube link into our chat groups, that would be amazing. I always forget to. Always like Facebook. Because at least that's kind of set up. I did schedule this one, so it was supposed to tell people a day ahead of time that I was going live, but I'm not sure it did. I was experimenting with a new YouTube feature. Okay. She's still not perfectly even. So generally I would do one more top coat, layer of top coat, cure it, buff it, clean it with alcohol, and then do another layer. But this is just our demo nail, so we're just gonna move right along. And we are going to attach ourselves this way. Okay. Or try to. Maybe using sculpted tips wasn't the right idea. It's all I had next to me though. I had my sculpted tips. Because I have round nails. That is weird, Grace. Well, I'm glad you are over here on Facebook, where we all are chit-chatting. All right. Oof. We had fun doing a live earlier today, hanging out while I cleaned. Okay. So we have that set up. Now what we're going to do And because we're imagining that this is on our hand. Okay, so it's going to be a little bit different. We're going to take our top coat and you are going to fill up, not over to overflowing, but you're going to fill the well of the nail. You can do this with the solid builder gel, but it will be sticky, so you will need to top coat it, which may take some of that crispness of the icicle away. So that's why I'm always like, you know, you can do it. It might just affect it a little bit. And you can also do it multiple times to get more ice effect, because this is like a cracked icicle nail. So what I have is my favorite tool, my saran wrap, cling wrap, whatever you call it in your neck of the woods. And then I take it and I just take a little square of it. We're going to grab our tweezers and we just kind of pull it. We want it pulled smooth so we can create the crinkle effect. Okay. So generally I will do this and get it in there first. And I will go in and I will do my best to kind of pinch it. You want to like hold it down. So get in there, you hold it, you pinch it together, and you get that like wrinkly shape. Which is why I say using the solid gel would work. You just want to make sure that when you top coat it, it doesn't get rid of that effect. Okay. Hopefully I put enough gel in here. Just give it like a little twisty twist. Press it down. All right, let's see how that came out. It's just top coat, so you can do 20 to 30 seconds. And then pull it out and see how it came out. See if you like it, if you're satisfied with it. Okay. Turn it over and see if you like it. If you like it, you can be done. If you don't like it, you can do it again. If there's any pieces that you kind of want to pull off, pull them off. Okay. You can also buff under here if you're worried about the top coat peeling away. Can happen. That might be Jolene. I'm happy you're here though. I'm happy you're here. Happy to chit chat. Okay. So then this would be where I would go, and so it's kind of naked, like on the sides a little bit. We did a good job getting that center well. So I'm just gonna drip a little bit more of that top coat in there. We will take smush and twist, smush and twist. Okay. Okay, you can even do it this way and just sort of shove it in there and just press it down. And you go into the light and you let the UV harden the top coat. And pull it out. Okay. Finish it off in the lamp. closing these so I don't knock them over. Yes, Grace. Yes, I was one of the first few people to do them back in the day. It was like literally like back in the day of like polygel and all of that is when I first started doing icicle nails. Okay. So this is how we can do it. And look how cool that looks. Like even just on the coffin, it still looks really cool. And you can finish file like we said, take in those sides. Now, if you're worried about being super annoyed by the rough underside of the nail, which is completely understandable, because yes, it would drive me literally nuts. So one thing, let's see if it still works. Back in the day of the polygel, we would do this. We would clean it really well after we had done any filing, and then we would add a chrome. So either like a silver chrome, a mirror chrome, a mermaid chrome, and then that would then highlight the cracks and the like rivulets, because like you're using a top coat, right? So without the top coat, it will chrome okay, like chrome, right? It'll stick. But it'll stick hopefully without being too cloudy. So while the alcohol is evaporating, I have some, let's see, I have some silver chrome that I might use. My white chrome is in another capsule at the moment. And I tried a mermaid chrome that I had, but it was more yellow than blue, and I was really looking for a blue. So we're just keeping that one. But I do highly recommend playing around with your chromes and seeing what you like and what effect you like. And what you can live with and what you can't live with. Okay, so I got this cool tool off of Temu. It has a sponge for chrome, and it also has a brush for brushing it off or stippling it in. So I thought that was super cool. Pick that up. Let's see. Where are all of my chromes? I have them in their little container. Where did the little container go? There it is. All right. Okay. Aha. So I've got chrome. My actual mermaid chrome, like I said, has gone MIA at the moment. But got this one. I think this one is very, very bluey versus very greeny versus bluey. This is the one I was playing with earlier. But yeah, it's just got too much of the yellow. Too much of the yellow. So I'm just going to take some of the silver and we're going to press it into the cracks. But yeah, the white mermaid or the blue flash mermaid would probably work a little bit better. Anyways, I'm just going to pick up some of that silver. And then I'm going to press it into the cracks here. You can see. And it kind of will stick to their edges and give them a little bit of definition. Hopefully. You can kind of see where I brought it back a little bit, I feel like. And then you can fill that with builder gel. You can just top coat it again just to smooth it out a little bit. But that metallic should bounce off the cracks enough to not completely get rid of the ice effect. If you're just really, really bothered by having a like textured nail, which, you know, if you work with animals or you're a nurse or something, could be kind of gross and maybe kind of dangerous. So I do recommend trying to find a way where you can have a smooth nail. That way you're not just picking up bacteria and viruses and running around with it. Okay. I'm going to drip some top coat in there because I don't want to contaminate my top coat either with the chrome. So I always recommend to have a chroming top coat and a top coat. Top, whatever. Y'all get what I'm trying to say. Have something specific to chroming because it will give little shimmers and you will find that in your top coat forever and ever and ever. So I'm just taking a cat tongue oval brush and I'm just moving that around. And then we'll cure it and it should be at least a lot smoother, if not completely smooth. All right, a few more seconds. Where's Betty? Ouch. We pulled out Betty while we were having some fun earlier today. I will do the nail insert off screen so you don't have to see it. I know that really creeped out Britt earlier today and I forgot. Some people are pretty triggered by the fake hands and the sliding the nail stuff in. So does not want to stick. Rude. Whatever. Fine, don't stick. All right. So here we go. Hi, James. So this is with that silver chrome on it. It's now pretty smooth. You could go one more round of top coat to make it even smoother under there. But that chrome gave enough, like, I feel like enough definition to the cracks and the textures that you get to keep the appearance of that icicle nail. And it would be a lot of fun, like I said, with like the mermaid blues and the white. You'd get a really fun effect, I feel like. Let's see. So I have a full YouTube video of how I did it back in the day. It's just my editing style has changed so much. So I wanted to do this live and show it off a little bit. It's fun to do arty nails, and you can do art nails with dip and gel in combination, right? So that's what that would look like. And you can do fun stuff. You can add silver to line this. You could sugar snow and do like little snow drips or additional icicles down the nail, and that will help blend the two scenes, like the color and the clear. So there's just so much stuff you can do with it. Lots of fun. Okay. So that is for anybody who needs to dash and doesn't want to just hang out and do a mani. Now you know the technique. You can go and you can play it. You made 3 videos in the time you were gone. Goodness, James, what kind of videos do you make? That's nuts. That's very, what would you say? Very time efficient of you. There we go. That's very efficient of you to have done that. Oh, wait, where did my swatch sticks go? I wanted to compare a couple of the blues and see which blue I wanted to commit to having a whole mani of. So we've got our... And Ava, I'm sorry, James. I keep calling you James. I mean Ava. I just see the screen name and I say the screen name. All right. Where was I at? I was doing a thing. I was doing a thing and my brain was doing a thing. Swatch sticks. I brought a whole pack of swatch sticks in here. Where did they go? Ha! I found them. All right. I'm just going to swatch a couple of the solids, and then that will help me pick what I want to do. I like the dark blue. The teal me one is sexy. Good night, Kirsten. Feel free to come back if you're bored. I'm glad I was able to show the method and then let people run away if they need to. Hi, Laura. So we just did the full technique, and now we're going to do a mani. So here's what we did, Laura, if you want to see. So hopefully that's helpful. Okay. This is Frigid Den from last year's winter collection. It's this brilliant blue. And we're going to do gel base because that's how I'm doing these manis today. So I want to see what the gel base color will be. Sometimes it's the same, sometimes it's different. Something to remember about gel method manis. And I still feel like if you activate the gel method, it does make the color more consistent. Right, Michelle? It's so pretty. So, anyways, we're just doing this quick and dirty, so I'm not even dirtying up a flex boat. Kind of get this in. We're getting takeout for dinner tonight. Yay! Thanks, Ava. All right. Kieran is having a little bit of a meltdown. Hope he's okay. I feel bad. I feel bad Dad doesn't have me back out there to help him right now. So we're just going to cure that. Is essentially 2 layers. Bye, Ava. All right. Hi, Janet. How are you? It is a little bit roasty toasty in my nail room at the moment. Probably because of the whiskey I drank. Okay, this color is Because I Can. And it is a beautiful silver sparkle blue, which again, I thought would lean very well into the icicle, frozen ice type vibes. Oh man, this must have been one of my cheap swatch stick sets because they a little rough. They're a little rough. All right. For a demo nail. My poor husband. Kieran's losing his crap. Cheryl's losing his crap. Probably means Zoe took one of his 2 toys. Yeah. Anytime Zoe doesn't play with him or takes one of his 2s, he just barks at her. Because he expects us to like come fix it for him. Oh, that is so pretty. Oh my gosh. She's in the lamp. I am heavily leaning towards her, though. Look at all this micro silver sparkle. So pretty. I'll plug my phone in since it was the one that misbehaved the last time. So we're just gonna quickly plug her in to make sure she doesn't die mid-live. I may have to make my husband a drink after this. Good Lord, how's it already an hour? Jeez. We're good. You played Call of Duty? Janet, I didn't know you played Call of Duty. What? That's fun. You playing with any of your kids, or you just playing with your husband, yourself? What? Tell me about your gaming habits. My husband and I picked up the new Dragon Quest, so we will be playing that together this weekend. Oof. Yeah, Shiro is on Dad's last nerve. Okay, so this is what these two colors look like activated now. I feel like it just homogenizes the crystals in the acrylic. So, you know, maybe that's just my imagination, but I do like to activate my gel method. What do we think, guys? What should we do? Which of the two blues do we like the best? I'm really leaning towards this one, just because of how sparkly and frozen looking it is already. Or would that be too much with the icicle nail? What do we think? Let's swap these to where they'd actually be. All right. A lighter one? Okay. So yeah, I think that would be very pretty. My main point of doing the French is to make sure that I'm covering up the nail bed and where it meets the icicle, basically. All right, so we will get started on the French. We're doing at least the icicle nail on 2 nails, and then I'm debating on if I wanted to pull in a glitter and do like a solid glitter nail on one of the other nails and then like a solid color nail. So we will do thumb and ring finger for icicle nails, and then we'll look at the others for like, maybe we'll do the solid here, and then we'll do like a glitter here, and then we'll do like another solid into glitter ombre or something here to kind of tie it all together. Enough talking, Brandis. Enough talking. All right. So I always turn these so I can picture facing out, thumb, index, middle, ring, pinky. Okay. I like to do them and how I keep them straight. And so this icy color is because I can. I need more of this. I need more of this blue because it is stunning. Oh, not anymore, Janet, but you still play? That's really cool. I love it. I used to play Call of Duty when I was in my 20s, my teens and my 20s. I used to play Doom. I used to play Heretic. Lots and lots of games. But I was definitely more of a more shooter oriented at the time. And as I got older, I started playing more like RPGs and stuff like that. All right, so I'm pulling out. Got cracked ice, tilted crown, crystal fortress. Frozen Meadows is really pretty, but again, it's leaning towards that teal. Rhythm of the Waves is also kind of leaning there, but I really like it. Frozen Tundra is more blue. Let's see. Icy Stairs, also a gorgeous one. Seawater is good for sugaring, I feel like. I need a more, or maybe that was Serenity. I need like a watery blue fine glitter Cass. What color would that be? Tell me, tell me, tell me. Okay. I'm gonna put these to the side just in case I grabbed the wrong glitters that I was thinking about, because that happens. Right. Because I can is the color we're looking at. This was Icy Tundra, I think, which is the other blue. All right. Just trying to scoot this up a little bit on my table so I don't drag it down with my arms. And I don't knock over my drink. All right. Recentering. Okay, that should be good. All right. Grabbing my flexi boats. Make sure she's clean. So I'm just going to spritz her with alcohol. Then I'm going to take a nail brush and I'm going to scrub her just to make sure that my clear flexi boat is stained, not dirty. So all I do is I just add some alcohol and I scrub her and then I wipe her, and usually that's fine. Usually they're not dirty, they're just a little stained from using a super dark dip. It happens. It was Halloween. All right. She is so pretty. Love it. So this is because I can. Okay. All right. I'm giving myself some elbow room so I don't end up with hot toddy in my lap. Okay. So we are using our gel base. I'm kind of trying to picture where my nail would be and my finger. I might overshoot it a little bit, but that's okay. It's better to overshoot it slightly than to undershoot it and have fingertips sticking out. Okay. And then we can see sort of where all of that ended up and where I might need to add more or take off. We're going to start here with it kind of high. Now I would use a nail art brush to do this. You can just clean it up like that with your art brush and then give it a good cure and then go in for your next layer. I do have Crystal Fortress. yeah, that's how I played I played Doom on the computer. All right, I do have Crystal Fortress. She's in here somewhere. Frozen Tundra, Crystal Fortress. Oh, she is very pretty. You can also use Crystal Fortress as art if you want to. You can use the glitters to outline your French, like we were talking about earlier. If you felt like you needed to disguise your French line a little bit more, or if it does end up being like a little under and you see some of your finger. So this is Crystal Fortress. Just a beautiful glitter. Okay. So that's the direction we're leaning. Easy peasy. But here is Rhythm of the Waves, which has hollow. Ah! All right. So I was cleaning it off because I don't want the acrylic to bog down my gel base if I can avoid it. You can also avoid that just by adding gel base to a palette and using a art brush to apply it instead. However you are most comfortable. I will just usually wipe off my brush before I go back in my bottle. It might not be enough though, because there are some of those gorgeous micro shimmers. So always watch out for contamination. It can happen at any time. You can also use rubbing alcohol and clean your brush a bit before you put it back in. Okay. So, dip her back in. And this is the nice thing about the flexi boats is that they leave room for these really fun, funky long nails. Okay. And look how pretty that is. That is just overall, I feel like, the perfect winter blue. Okay, so we are going to throw her into the lamp for a full 60 seconds. Then we're going to move on. Then we'll do this nail. Get her ready with the French. And remember, you can get the French guides on Amazon, and you can use dip liquids to do this part if you need to, too. Or if you're not good at freehanding, you can get the French guides. Only on some days am I okay at freehanding. I would never claim to say I'm good. I can just be okay. And the nice thing about working, like we said, in gel base and dip is that we can see it pretty quickly and clean it up. Okay. Like I said, you can use a cleanup brush, you can use an art brush, you can use a silicone tool. I have one of those here right now. So using a silicone tool, we can just come in, and what I generally do is I will push the gel up rather than trying to wipe it away because it can cloud up the nail. Okay. Okay. Throw her into the lamp. All right. Feel like she's looking pretty good. And this is where I would activate. My nose got super itchy out of like nowhere. Ugh. So yeah, so activating will just deepen up that color a little bit. Just like it would normally. My nose. Okay. I'm gonna give her a really good scrubbing because I want to do our top coat over it. We're going to take our top coat and I'm actually going to do it, well, shoot, base coat first. Brr. Base coat. So we're just gonna kind of fill in that nail space to get it smooth. Like we're saying, to get a balanced layer, you can bring the negative space up to meet the dip. Okay. All right. Looks like she got a little bit of a ducktail going on there, but so what I'll generally do is I will hang a nail upside down to prevent side pooling and let that gel follow gravity down to the center of the nail. And then I'll hold it under the lamp for 10 seconds at that upside down. And then I'll flip it over to let it continue curing. This is for the second layer. Looks like I got a little too generous. So we've got some. There we go. And we're just gonna pat it out. Happens sometimes with gel method or dip method. You just get that little bit of shelving. Can be buffed out. If it's really bad, we can be annoyed and grab a paper towel and wipe it away. But you guys know me. I like to fix a problem if I can on live, anyway that I would do it myself. So that's why I like to wear gloves or have tools. She's in the lamp. So because we have this little bit of an upturn on that tip, I'm just going to take and file it now. Should have filed it before, thought I had. But it probably is pretty obvious. The clearer the tip, the better the ice effect will be visible. Once you buff, spray with alcohol, clean it off, because we want to maintain that transparency as best we can. Okay. Now we're going to take a layer of base, and now we're going to bring both layers together. And upside down. Put it in the lamp. Cleaning off my brush. Here's that uneven, wrinkly mess. So I'm going to brush off the dip. I'm going to activate that layer. Don't forget, we have our LYS dip liquids back in stock. Uh-oh, my iPad died. My chat iPad died. We're just gonna let that solidify real quick. No, it just went down. Okay, fine. Whee! All right. So I'm just using a buffer to smooth out that layer that got wrinkly. And if it's see-through anywhere, we can go in and we can dip it again if we need to. You can file gel method, which is most times. If you're doing pour over, which is what I generally do with gel method, you don't need to. So. Yeah. I'm going to do a little bit more buffing, and then we're going to do one more layer of the blue. All right. Where did my paintbrush go? Okay. Pour over is always going to give you the thinnest layers. Okay, guys. I'll be here. We'll be here doing the things. Okay. Gotta keep my art brushes away from my light. I have a very bad habit of putting my nail art brushes right in the path of my UV light. Very bad habit. Okay. Get her in there. Okay. She's looking good. Activate her. Okay. She's a little thin there. It's all right. We can make that work. Nothing impossible. All right. Okay. We're going to top coat this one now. Make sure it's not in here. All right. She's getting cured. Got our pinky. Quickly filing down the side real quick just to keep that very tapered look. Okay. We're going to activate her. We're going to top coat her. If you experience trouble with your top coat peeling, remember to do a gel base first. If you don't experience trouble with your top coat peeling, then feel free to go ahead and directly top coat your dip. Especially because I did not go in here and like buff this smooth because I really wanted to keep that shimmer. I should have enough texture to just, nope, dang it, go in with my top coat. And have the top coat sink in to the layers of the acrylic, creating little micro, like, suction-y spots. I don't know how to describe it. But basically, because of the porosity of the dip, you will have little tiny micro holes that the top coat will sink into and should not peel out of. But your experience may vary. Okay, she is top coated, so I am just sharpening those sides like I talked about. Okay. We're going to spray her and wipe her with our rubbing alcohol and our, in theory, lint-free wipe. And we will top coat her again. Swipe the sides for our excess gel. It's really the key to keeping a sharp stiletto. Okay. We're gonna go with another layer of gel base over this one. If you have an abundance of like builder gel and stuff, you can do that too. Depends on how uneven your layers are. If you need builder gel to like bring them up. As you can see that little dip where it almost looks like a little like bird bill. I'm gonna turn her upside down before I go in the lamp. We're just gonna get those sides, go into the lamp, pull out our friends. One more top coat for the pinky nail. All right. Try and decide if I want to do a glitter French or just make this a whole glitter nail. Would a glitter French detract from the icicle nails next to it? It might. But maybe we'll just go with the... Now, anytime you use gel base with a glitter, if the glitter is a high content of clear, you probably are going to face maybe some yellowing or some cloudiness. So something to keep in mind. But if it has a high degree of like smaller glitters or like a color base, then you're less likely to have problems. Okay. Here's our first layer. So much shiny. In the absolute best way. Okay. Our pinky nail. Get her top coated. I imagine I'm going to end up buffing these and top coating them again to get them perfectly even. We'll see. Sometimes I surprise myself with what I'm willing to tolerate. Knock anything loose. blue light. Make sure I've got what I need where I need. Clean off my brush. Just slightly see-through in one layer. I'm gonna do a second layer because I can. All right. She is so pretty. Okay. Turn the lamp. All right. It's supposed to be a ring finger. Let's see. I've got them swapped around again. Okay. Ring, thumb, index. I think I'm going to do this as a reverse French again. I liked the idea of having it be a glitter one. If I hate it, we'll just wipe it off. Okay. Whee! Okay. All right. All right, that is our glitter nail. And on this one, you can activate or you can alcohol, but you're basically going to want to cleanse off any of the acrylic from that glitter. So when you base coat it and top coat it, you're not clouding it up. So you can scrub it, you can alcohol it, you can activate it, whatever. Whatever is clever. You can gel. You can builder gel it. You can be extra juicy with your base coat. However you like to do your gel method glitter nails. You could even have done this dip method and used clear. If you like to limit your gel use and or exposure, you can do all of this dip and simply do the cracked ice as the only gel. Or you can futz around with it and try to do it with clear acrylic. I know I was able to get a simulated version, it just wasn't perfect. So, but it has been many, many moons. So I'm cleaning the glitter out of my gel brush. Because I'm a savage. creative chaos over here at all times. Okay. Creative chaos. Yep, builder gel is totally acceptable. Juicy base gel, because you can do, like if you don't have builder gel, let's say you just have gel base, you just have gel top coat, you can do a couple generous layers, like I said, of your gel base. Then I will do 1 layer of top coat, usually, and then I will buff it. And then clean it and top coat it again. So it is possible without builder gel. Builder gel just makes it easier. Okay, I hang it upside down, which brings it to the tops of those glitters. Evens out that layer. Going to slightly buff her, and then we are going to do 1 more layer of that blue shimmer micro silver glitter, gorgeous color. Okay. I hear my husband working. I think Kieran might have fallen asleep. His time change has broken my kid. I have Dua Lipa stuck in my head. I don't have a liquid builder gel from LYS, or else I would be demoing that. But base gel will work too. Down to 3 on Facebook. I appreciate everybody who sticks around. I appreciate everybody who came. We are just headed towards the icicle section of this mani. I'm just top coating this before I will file the sidewalls and narrow them back out. Give a very light buff to smooth it out. Okay. Now we are here, and we are going to dust off. Okay. Now we're going to do the glitter French. And if I hate it, we'll figure something out. Setting down some of those tiny glitters first. And then going in with, I want to try to just do one layer. And I'm just pressing down those glitters to flat. And we're gonna add in only one or two of the larger glitter pieces. I want to pick them up almost like what would the word be? I don't know. A water droplet or something versus like a large amount of chunky glitters. Little one. Tweezers. Tweezers. Where are you? Okay. Ah, come back here. Grr. Very, very narrow stilettos. Very narrow. There's a couple of glitter pieces here, which is part of the problem. All right. Here, get there. Pull that down. We'll just fill in. All right. There we go. I knew there were some like one size down glitters that I wasn't grabbing. Those are the ones I was looking for, was like that one right there. There we go. All right. Okay. All right. Wipe off my tweezers. Tilted crown would have been good too. She's very silver. I'm not even sure which glitter I used. Is it Frozen Tundra? No? Maybe that's what I meant though. I don't really have an empty glitter jar over here. Unless I do and I'm missing it. Oh, darn it. That might have been the better choice. Oh well. Oh well. I don't think this is a bad choice. I just think Icy Stare would have been pretty too. Right? That's not what I used. Okay. So I'm just going to take my file and I'm going to take it down the sides. Lightly buffing. going underneath the nail here, and I am smoothing that. Just because we had some glitter overhang, so I am filing that away. And we're just bringing in that stiletto again. I guess this might be a tapered stiletto that I got from Couture, because it is very, very narrow, which is very, very pretty, but very tiny on tiny nails. All right. She is smooth enough to top coat again, I believe. She's looking pretty uniformly cloudy, which is just where I'm trying to get usually when I am buffing out gel glitters or my builder gel. Back that point. We'll spray her with alcohol and wipe her off. Right, that's a center nail. Gotta keep the vision. Okay. And we will activate. Smoothing out that wrinkle. Taking off the wrinkle. Brushing the wrinkle. Whee! Okay. Now if you have builder gel, you can do a layer of builder gel and then, or layer of gel base, and then a layer of builder gel, and then file as needed. Put her in her lamp. Whee! Clean off our brush. Remove any glitters that traveled. More than I noticed before. It's frustrating. If you have a dampen dish, you can fill it with alcohol and swirl your brush in there, and that'll help get the glitters out. Okay. Looking good. Looking good in the neighborhood. My glitter sifting dish. Can also substitute. All right. We have a good layer of gel base. Do another layer of gel base. So yeah, I do notice that some people, when they do gel method, don't go those extra steps to get it really, really smooth, which is what you get when you do clear acrylic. And I think that's really important to remember. is your gel base, your builder gel. It's all taking the place of that clear acrylic step. And so you really want to buff it, file it, whatever you need to do to keep it very smooth, because otherwise it's going to detract from your glitters. It's going to detract from whatever nail art you're doing. So you want to work on that if you can. It's an important detail when doing gel method. My iPad died. Okay, we are in the lamp for the full 60. Hi, Nancy. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Hi, Heather. I missed you bouncing in. Hope you're good. I don't know who else I've missed. Hello, hello. My phone is only showing me people who've logged in and not people who are chatting. So hopefully I haven't missed too much. Oof, I don't remember if I have a lightning cable back here. It's like all of our devices take different different charging doohickeys. My son's is lightning, mine is C. Oof. Do I have any lightning back here anymore? I don't think I do. I think I just have my C. That's what I need to bring back here. Is I need to bring back a lightning cable again. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. If you want me to see you chat, or if you have any questions. Hi, Leah. No big deal. Sorry if I missed you. YouTube isn't the best at showing me when people pop in and out. But if you want to chat, YouTube is the best way because it's the one I can see the easiest right now. So I have 2 layers of gel base. I am doing a layer of gel top coat on this nail. And then I will file and buff it a little bit. And we will top coat it and finish it. Okay, and then we won't finish file these until I move on to the icicles on the other nails. Okay. All right. These are the ice nails. Did I do it? No, okay. Good. All right. So these are the ones who are going to be icicled. So we are going to taper them again real quick. And then we are going to flip them. Okay. Spray them down with alcohol, get rid of any dust. Better view, better sound. Hi, Michelle. Yeah, I'm always worried. Like Facebook seems to like to throttle me. It doesn't seem to do it to other people as much, which I don't understand because I'm supposed to have like this really good connection. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Trauma-based. So yes, if you want better sound, if you want better a view, maybe pop over to my YouTube channel. Okay, we are swapping out our rubber connector thingies. Ah! Whee! Off my glove, please. Thank you so much. flipping it upside down because that's where the cracked ice is going to be done. Whee! All right. Now I'm going to clean this out without clean the bottom out with alcohol, just to make sure we are getting a clean attempt at the cracked ice. So you can use a Q-tip, you could use a swab, a brush, just to make sure. Then I'm taking my top coat and I am putting it into the well of my stiletto. If this is on your finger, you're obviously only going to have up to your nail bed, so you can use a smaller brush if you need to. You can even clean out with a brush if you need to after you put that top coat in, but you do want enough to create those wrinkles. That's how you're going to get that cracked ice look. Okay. You can pre-crinkle. You can stick it in and then wrinkle it. Whatever you find works best for you. This is cling wrap. So I press it down into the well of the nail. And then I will wrinkle and poke and prod. And do my best to help it stay there. That's the kind of the way you get this, is you want to hold it in place once it wrinkles. You don't want it to unwrinkle. So however you find that to be the best, do that. And if it's doing this and then grabbing a flash, like a LED flashlight and quick curing it, that is absolutely okay. You just want to trap that gel and give you that texture. Like I said, if you need to, you can go in a second time. Yeah, like I didn't get very satisfactory wrinkles on this one, which I was kind of worried. So I'm just going to finish curing it and then I will reapply it. It happens. The reason I recommend playing around with it. Figure out how you get your most consistent results and stick with it. And it might even be taking small pieces and making little balls of the saran wrap and like shoving them into the nail tip. Like, I've seen it done so many different ways. It's just harder to pull it back out if you do it that method. Working with a smaller piece is beneficial. You can do that too. Okay, so we're just gonna add back in our top coat. And then we are going to stick in our saran. And if you find working with a stiffer kind of plastic wrap works better for you, that is a-okay too. It's just whatever works best. All right. It's always best to kind of adjust, flip it over, take a look, see what you're thinking. This one came up a lot more like wrinkly at the French side and kind of decreases as it goes down. So if you like that look, you'll get more of that like clear nail tip look versus like the cracked icicle look. It'll be more like cracked icicle to clear, which is kind of a cool vibe. You can come in here. If this is off your nail, you can clip off excess if you need to. You can go in, and if you really want to see all of that cracked ice goodness, you can do another layer. Just crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Shove it in, hold it, and then cure. Having a silicone tool can help with that too, especially if you've got the little pointy pencil end. And this is why I recommend like not doing it on too narrow of nails, because then it can be a little bit of a problem to try to get that cool cracked ice look. Don't be afraid to be too generous. You don't want a ton of spill out, obviously, especially if this is on your finger. But if it's not, then it's going to go into your saran wrap. And you can really shove this in there and get like a much more intense effect. You can kind of flip it over and sort of see at least a little bit of like what you might be getting. And then adjust. So you can flip it, you can kind of see. Harder to do on your finger, easier to do on a client, even easier to do on a press-on, obviously. Do-do-do-do-do. And got that little excess. You can file it off, clip it off. Whatever works for you. Finish curing it for the full 60. Ouch. And we'll flip it back over and we'll see if I feel like I need to chrome it. If I don't need to chrome it, then we are good. I'm gonna come in here, look at these again. Grab my file. If I'm not seeing your questions on Facebook, please feel free to DM me on Instagram if there's anything you had specific. If you don't, I'll come back and try to watch the live and answer. So come back. You'll get your answer somehow. But my iPad died, so I am just buffing the top nail of the nail for the glitter and the French, just to smooth it out, because we're going to give a final top coat to pretty much everything once we have our shape redefined. And this is what I mean by, like, even if you're doing like a gel mani, like if you have it uneven, if you don't like the finish you've got, don't be afraid to buff it out a little bit. Even if you end up buffing away some of the color, that will just give you a smooth palette to reapply, and then you can just top coat it again. So it's these little details that really shine through in your photos. And if you're working with clients, then it's these little details that will have them come back, because they're going to be with their nails a lot longer than you are, and they will be picking apart every little thing that is like not right or slightly off. And yeah, you just kind of want to do your best. I am taking my nail brush and I am scrubbing off the extra dust and sort of re-examining the layers. And I'm going to finish taking that down just a little bit. Again, be careful, watch that you're not filing into your glitters. That is the benefit of doing a builder gel, is you get more cushion for the filing. More error, room for error? Yeah, more margin for error, that's what I'm trying to say. Bite. Out. Like we talked about before on that other nail, I did do a chrome to highlight it so that I could smooth it out. But since these are like, for me, these are like pretty nails, especially since I do them press-on method, I'm not going to generally wear these out for very long. They're totally wearable if you seal them or if you can handle that texture. Like, it's fine. If you can't, and if you can, then yay. If you can't, make them press-ons or do the chrome method that I showed you earlier, where you can then seal it with top coat after you've applied chrome to highlight your cracks. This is kind of where we're sitting. Right now, I'm going to buff the top of this. And then we'll top coat it. See how we're feeling. Let me back her up a little bit. Let's spraying a wipe. Remove our dust. I'm just going through and removing the dust from everything to get ready for our final top coat. Okay. Bring her out. So I'm just going to flip her over. Ooh, looks like I might have had some top coat spillage. No, okay, good. Phew, I was worried. I was worried. But we did not. We just had some annoying stick issues. Off we go. You can see the shrinkage that happened. We're talking about how dip and gel can shrink tips, and it does happen. Something to be mindful of when you're making press-ons. Shrinkage does happen. Like, know your products, know your curing time. This nail shape kind of reminds me of the like crow or raven skulls you see at Halloween. They're just very, very beaky, very sharp. It's a little weird. Maybe not my favorite stiletto. But I have so many tips that I need to get through. Right. Here's how we're looking right now. They are ready to be top coated. This one's trying to take flight. All right. Okay, they're looking pretty good. So at this stage, if you decide you can't see the cracked ice as well as you would like, then you can do the chrome or the white mirror chrome. You can do silver, you can do the white chrome mirror. White, right? Bleh, glazed donut here. There we go. The glazed donut chrome. That will all highlight those fissures and that texture. If you like an uber glam nail, consider doing the upper part chrome as well. Like do the French chrome or cat eye. Do the crystal ice nail and then chrome that, or, you know, shove in mirror chrome. And you'll just get like this really shiny, super sparkly nail. Really fun. Really, really fun. You can add rhinestones and gems if you want. You can take the glitter and you can make a border around your French if you want. That's fun. Okay. Looking pretty good. Wipe down those sides. I'm just thinning out those tips. The top gel again. Sure. Thanks, Jolene. I'm happy you're still here. Everybody got so quiet. I was like, is anybody around? Hello? That's okay. I've still been doing these anyways. Let's see. Did I miss any chat? I can kind of see my Facebook. No, it doesn't look like it. Or it's just not showing me. If I missed you, I'm sorry. Send me a message. I might get spicy and try to see the silver in there again. Anyways, just to see if I like it more that way. I can see it like up close. You can really see the cracked ice effect. It's a little harder to get it on video. I feel like photos will probably capture it fine, but seeing it in all of its beautiful glory on a phone camera over the internet, not always the best. Okay. So I'm going to try to pick up these ice nails and let you see that texture. Hi, Nora. There we go. Can we see that okay? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with my Facebook right now. It's still transmitting. It's just giving me problems. All right. So that is that ice nail. Here is the other ice nail. Here is our glitter French that I did for funsie. Aw. Well, I'm glad you were here, Nora. I missed you. I really like the glitter French with this. This is a really good glitter for the glitter French, I feel like. It gives Icicle too, without having to go through the top coat squish. I think it goes well together. Yeah, the glitter is great. I was always going to use a glitter. I just wasn't sure how I was going to use the glitter, but I like it like this. And like I said, so we were talking about, okay, for the real ones, here, we will do it on my thumbnail in case I hate it. But, so one of the ideas that I had thrown up was the idea of doing a sugared ice look over there. So we have this one, right? I showed this earlier. It's got pink and blue reflex. So what I was talking about was taking our top coat and sugaring. You can do white, you can do your top coat. For visibility, I'm going to try to do white. Okay. But I'm probably going to mix it with a little bit of clear because this white has gotten a little older and so it has been having some issues curing. Okay, so I'm just going to take one of my dip bottles because my palette is MIA at the moment. And so I'm just going to put the white there. All right. Y'all know how to do sugar nails. So we're going to mix a little bit of the white into top coat. Okay. I made my brush very sad. I'm gonna have to boil it. I just used that earlier today too. Must have gotten jammed when it went into my thing. All right, that's okay. I'll have another one ready to go. I own so many striping brushes at this point. Okay, so what I like to do when I'm doing what I call like snow sickle nails is I like to do a really cute, kind of chunky, thick French outline. Okay, so I'm gonna just mix the white and the top coat together. Okay. Right. Then I'm going to take my striping brush and we're going to pull her through that white. Right? Now make sure when you're sugaring that you have finished top coating and everything is smooth and beautiful. Because the point of a sugar nail is that you don't need to go in again. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna give kind of a juicy outline to this French. So it almost seems like a little like snowbank or something is kind of built up. That's a look I like. I'm weird maybe, I don't know. Just sort of work with it however you're comfy. Use a thinner brush, a longer brush, a shorter brush. I'm just following that really deep smile line as best I can. Now, if this isn't perfect, it's because I'm literally having to like look around cameras to try to get this. I'm going to do my best, but my main goal is to get the idea across and do it on camera. You guys can see it. Have a relatively dry brush for cleanup and your lint-free wipes to wipe off excess gel. And I say dry because the alcohol will cause it to run, and it could run into your sidewalls, it could run into other things. So while you're doing the general cleanup, relatively dry. Okay. Safety first. And then once you're satisfied with it, then you can go in with the alcohol and clean up any of your excess gel because we're not here for cloudiness. All right. She's looking okay. Not perfect, but you know. I am not perfect. So we just try to get good. These are my own nails. These are not client nails. Again, you can buy the French guidelines, and that would make this much easier. They also sell those deep French stickers, and you could like copy that. You could put those on and then like go over them with your gel, which would be great. I'm going to use my gel base, clean off my brush a little bit, just to come in here. Help me clean that up a little bit. You can use your gel top coat to do it too if you don't want to break it down with the alcohol. You can just keep wiping the brush off. Okay. Get it where you're relatively happy. And then I'm going to go in and I'm going to wipe off. There's a little bit of that white paint up here, so I'm going to try to clean that off so we're not clouding up there. Okay. All right. Now it's time to sugar. I don't know if this is a good sugaring dip, but we're going to find out. I'm hoping it is. Otherwise, this is pointless. But you can sugar with just straight glitter too. And like I said, with the other French, you can clean up. Like after you've sugared, you can push and clean it up if you need to. Just make sure to clean out your brush. Okay. Nice thing about gel. All right. Cure her, and then we're gonna dust her, and then we're gonna try to paint those little squiggly icicles. So we can sugar some icicles. And sugar them into, you can do this on the glitter nail, you can do this on the cracked ice nail, whichever. Whatever makes you happy. One of my long ones, or is this a short brush? Let's see. This actually doesn't come with a lid. It just comes, that's another long one. I would like a little short one for the squiggles. That's fine. So I've got this short one to do my squiggles. I'm going to clean it with some base gel. So I'm not sure what I used it last. It looks like it may have partially cured whatever I did use it with last. That's annoying. Whee! All right. Now we're gonna go into our white gel after we dust off. So you're feeling a little, oh yeah, I was wondering. So, anyways, it's not perfect. I'm gonna have to go in and like hand buff that because it's stuck. I should have wiped it off again with the alcohol, but anyways, you can stop there. You can do this. You can mattify the nail bed if you want. That could be fun. And just have it be shiny underneath. Anyway, so I'm just doing this to buff away that extra dip that's stuck to the cleanup spots. Hopefully that does it. Anyways. It's all trial and error. Right? There. Cleaned it up pretty much. We're left with that little sugared French line. Or you can go in and you can paint the little squiggles. Is what I wanted to try to do. And you can do that here and just kind of paint like little squiggly icicles coming off. It's almost like a window pane. And you can paint the little teeny tiny icicles. And then you've got a frosted window with sugared icicles in front of it. That's really cool looking if you do it right. Like these are definitely getting a little more advanced and sometimes beyond my skill. So this would be something I might fuss around with for hours if I was really intent on like making it happen. Okay. And then one of the things I always recommend if you're doing droplets, make sure to connect your droplets side to side. Otherwise, they look disjointed and disconnected and it looks a little weird. So just make sure you make like a little arch in between and that will help connect your design. Okay. And it'll get rid of that sharp little corner. So it's all those little teeny tiny details that really will bring a design together. And so it's just about paying attention to them. It's about watching other people and watching how they do it. And then if you see something that kind of sticks out, like stands out to you and you're like, ooh, like that's kind of weird, then like think about how you'd fix it. Think about what would make it better, what would make it different, what you don't like about it, and then you can go in and try to fix it. So I'm looking for my dip boat. I have like 20 dip boats over here. I'd rather do this in a dip boat than do the pour over because I found we didn't get enough of the glitter in the pour over. So I'm just gonna grab this other one. I'm just gonna clean up all the sparkles out for a bit. Okay, and we're gonna do it in here because what I wanna do is I really wanna soak up the glitter into those icicle drippies. So, okay. Excuse me. So sometimes pour over is the right way, sometimes dipping is the right way. Sometimes they're all wrong. Just sort of depends. But it doesn't hurt to try. Okay. Now because we went and sugared this, we may end up needing to scrub it. And I think my iPad is trying to die on me right this minute. Please don't. Okay. All right. We paused because I got low power mode for a second. So hopefully we're back. So that's what we're looking like right now. And we're going to cure her. I hope it sticks the way I want it to. We had to do a quick power cable swap. So I used cracked ice for our sugaring. I used Because I Can for our nail bed color. And I don't remember the glitter I used because I can't find the lid. So if you go back in the live, you'll be able to see what glitter we used. I'm not finding any empty glitter containers at the moment, so not sure. I'm not sure where I went wrong. I'm not sure what I missed. Like, how do I not have any empty containers? Pretty sure I poured out all the glitter, but maybe I didn't. And if you want to glow, our Shine Bright is a good glow. So if you want glowing snow, that would be awesome too. Glowing snow would be awesome. So if I had a chance to go back versus the really pretty glitter, I might choose glowing snow because I'm a glow hoe. That's who I am. That's my soul. My soul is a glow hoe. But the glitter is beautiful too. Interesting. What did I do to my dip boat? Ooh, it looks like I might have gotten some alcohol into the bottom of my dip boat. Dang it. That's gonna need a good scrubby do. Some of the alcohol made it down there and humidified it. And I've done a number on my gloves between like scrubbing and filing and everything else in the world. My lights are turning off. Things are going crazy in here. Ow! As I take out my light and my camera setup. All right. So here we are before the scrub off. We're gonna dust her, and then we're gonna spritz her, and then we're gonna top coat that nail bed. You can kind of see what it would look like if we just left her like matte. And you'd have matte down into that frozen tundra kind of looking thing. But I'm just gonna clean her off and then top coat her again to really bring to life that sugar border that we kind of made. Okay, so I'm just wiping her off with alcohol. I think you can kind of pick up that glitter when it's out of focus. It's quite pretty. And then we're just going to take our gel top coat. Finish her off. I'm excited. My steak and my margarita have arrived. So yeah, so I'm just, where I buffed, I'm just applying our top coat to make her shiny again. Okay. Andrea. If I missed you earlier, sorry. Hello, hello. We are just finishing up our mani. See, Facebook was not sending me notifications. I'm very annoyed. Oh, right. She's going back into that lamp. And then we are going to scrub her because there is a little bit of that powder underneath. And then we want to make sure that our cracked ice looks good. So yeah, so doing a set like this with like mixed mediums and different textures, I highly recommend scrubbing with your nail brush and alcohol to really get it nice and clean, to have all of those features kind of stand out. That makes sense? Thanks, Jolene. You are so sweet. It's not often I get to just go all out with an art set, but I was really feeling it this today. Really feeling it. Sitting at my desk. Lots of caffeine. Get her nice and up close. Once this one finishes. So, if you're feeling it, to keep them kind of cohesive, I would probably add in snow here. Maybe a snow cap on the pinky nail, which I would just do by doing an arch and then one or two, like one down the middle and then one down the side. So I may do that later just to tie it all together. But if you don't do it, if you don't do the sugar nail, then you don't have to do any of that. Okay. Well, that's kind of where that's at. And then we're going to flip her over. As you can see, a lot of that glitter got underneath, which is where we're getting that loss of shiny. So that's where I recommend we do the alcohol scrub. So we're gonna back this up a little bit. Get our alcohol, get our nail. I also keep toothbrushes usually around my desk for this, but I don't see one of my toothbrushes here. So don't be afraid to buy a 99-cent toothbrush and keep that around for cleaning up your nails and cleaning up your nail art and just scrubbing the bejesus out of them. Because really getting them clean when you do those finish filing steps is going to keep away that cloudiness that can come. So, we're gonna flip her. E. Those are the tabs I use. I'm going to spritz inside the icicle part. And gently brush, because the problem we're going to face here is if any of those icicle spines are really delicate, you risk breaking them when you do this. So a nice soft bristle toothbrush, again, is going to be less likely to do that. And you're going to keep more of that texture. Okay. And if you feel like you've lost that ice look, or you're not loving how it came out, we can clean it and we can do that chrome method we talked about. So give it a good brush, a good clean. Let's see, there's a little bit of excess in here that's not part of the design. So I'm going to clip that just so I can get in there a little bit. Okay. So I'm just cleaning that up a little bit so I can take that chrome if I want and really shove it in there. You got this look, and like I said, you can use the glazed donut chrome, you can use the silver chrome. Since I have the silver chrome, I'm just going to try that real quick. And see if it brings us back to life a little bit. Okay. fancy tool go? Grr, grr, arr. Where'd it go? It ran away. My chrome tool ran away. Boo. I'm like, there it is. Losing my mind, guys. It's so hard having to look all around like my phone and my devices. All right. So take a stiff little bristle brush. We're just going to pick up some of that silver chrome. And remember, if you don't add a top coat to this, it won't stay. But we're really just looking to highlight those icicle spines. Just get in there. Okay. So, and like I said, depending on how busy and tight your nail design bed is, the well of the nail, that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, you can see more of the design, less of the design, and then you can seal it and you get just sort of a little bit of that pickup. And if you find that you preferred it before, again, spritz it with alcohol and it will take it back down. Okay, I'll put her back on. And I can look at it as a full done set, maybe. Could you please stick to the stand just for one last time, please? Thank you so much. Okay. All right. If you let the alcohol evaporate, it should bring back the sticky in general. All right. Not perfect. There. It will look much better on my fingers. But yeah. So I would probably do this design again over here or over here as just like on the arch of that pinky. And then you've got design elements crossing the two styles. You get the cracked ice frost, and then do the little snow peaks there. Anyways, I hope everybody liked this. I hope you guys learned something fun. I hope it was entertaining. Hopefully YouTube doesn't eat it and I can save it to my channel and then I will share and publish the link. So, there you go. Basically, it comes right back off if you want it to. Scrub it. All right, guys. Hope everybody has a good night. I appreciate everybody. Appreciate your time, your investment. Choosing to spend your time with me is always amazing, and I hope I bring you entertainment and value. So that choice feels worthwhile. Good night, Michelle. Good night, Jolene. Good night, Nora. Anybody else who stuck it through, we love you. Ouch, these are so stabby, guys. I'm not sure I could wear these anywhere near Kieran. All right. Ta-da! Hope everybody has a fabulous evening. Bye! I'm gonna go eat steak and have a margarita. Happy Friday! End. You may live and end live. You may end. Yes, end.